Hey guys, this is Vanngo. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I have my friend Danny here with me. She works in event planning. We create this sun-kissed summer makeup look for you. I know a lot will say this is not really an easy summer look, but in the video I did give you all the steps and I give you option where to stop the makeup. I hope you enjoy the video. Give the channel a lot of love. Subscribe to the channel, give us a thumb up, and don't forget to follow both Danny and I on Instagram as well. Thank you so much for watching. To start any makeup, I always use some skincare to prep. Danny have amazing skin, but I always still prep the skin, and I think it's the best way to achieve beautiful makeup. For lips, I'm going to use some lip oil from Tue Cosmetic. I usually put lip oil first or lip balm first before I do makeup and let it sit until I do lipstick later on. I'm also going to use some vitamin C serum from Korea Organic. I think this is a beautiful vitamin C serum for anyone who needs some brightening for the skin, and the best way to apply is just press into the skin like this. For eye cream, I'm using some eye cream from Fenty Beauty. Close your eye. The eye area is the most delicate area, and also the area we usually put and work a lot, like from eyeliner, eyeshadow. So I generally really hydrated the skin there as well. For moisturizer, I'm going to use the new moisturizer from Korea Organic. This is a beautiful, rich moisturizer for someone who have really dry skin or looking for a really rich evening moisturizer. You can use during the day as well. It does have turmeric in there, which also help for brightening and pigmentation. For those who love La Mer, any of those rich cream, this for me is a perfect substitute. It is a beautiful organic product that give you a lot of hydration. Always keep the face a little massage to whiten the skin up. For the look today, I'm going to give Danny a little tan, which is like a lot of us like a little color in the summer. You don't have to do like what I'm doing right now, but I thought it's a great way to show you guys how to achieve a summer skin without go for tan in bed or go outside. And the product I'm going to use is from Drunk Elephant, and it's like a bronzer. And what I'm gonna do is usually I use this on the skin before I use foundation or concealer. The best way to apply this product is the skin really hydrated and also well exfoliated. because you don't want any dry skin looking when you put the bronzer color in there. Put a tiny bit, like what I'm doing right now, and use foundation brush, blend it out. You can use with your finger if you like, or you can even mix into your moisturizer, but I'm using them as like a sheer foundation on the skin. This is how I create a sun kiss without looking heavy, because I blend it out with kabuki brush. Look up again, close your eye. And again, you can mix this in your moisturizer. It gives you really nice glow without looking too dark. You can see one side compared to another side, she does have a nice tan already. If you want less tan than this, you can mix in your foundation or moisturizer. I like to use without, so I can get an even application. If you do this, I would recommend do the body as well with like a body bronzer, but this is pretty tan, but I think that's a great way to start before you do any foundation and concealer. For foundation concealer, I'm going to use tinted moisturizer, just a tiny bit. And then the concealer, I'm going to use two shades. One is a darker shade I will use to cover any pigmentation or anything. And the lighter one I use mainly under the eye area. Remember, if you do the skin a little tan like this, the foundation should be somewhat the similar color. So that's why I do it first before I use the foundation. On Danny, I'm also use a tinted moisturizer, pretty close to the tan color. I'm using very little like this. She doesn't need too much. And I think for summer look, I think it's great. Just leave the skin all the freckle and just cover tiny bit the where you think it needed. And you see, that's all I'm gonna use on the tinted moisturizer. And using the same brush I used earlier and blend it out. You see, I use just a very little bit and I blend out. Maybe a little more around the mouth here. If you want more coverage, then you have to use foundation. But Danny has great skin, so she doesn't need all those. For the lighter concealer, I'm using a little bit under the eye area. Maybe a little bit on the chin area, cupid bow, the bridge of the nose, forehead here, and using a blending brush to blend it out. Because of Danny eye shape, I also put a little concealer right here to take that little shadow there, and it's also going to help the eyes a little lift as well. I'm doing the same on this side. I myself also have that shadow there, and I'm always put a little concealer there because I think it's that little lightness around there. It does give a little lift. For the dark concealer, I'm using to cover any pigmentation just around here. a little bit around the mouth. If you prefer very natural makeup, I would recommend just keep a little bronzer and concealer. You don't have to use tinted moisturizer on top like what I did. It's just another option for you if you want a little coverage. And if you want more coverage, then you go foundation. To set the tinted moisturizer concealer, I'm using a little bit of hyaluronic powder from By Terry. Look up for me. Because I'm going to use a liquid blush after, I'm not going to set the cheek right now. I'm only going to do under the eyes, around the nose, the forehead, and just around the mouth here. Close your eye, honey. I'm going to do blush first. I'm going to use liquid blush from Surat Beauty. Also, I want to remind you earlier regarding the bronzer. My assistant Sue have a good idea that to remind you guys, if you don't have a darker foundation, you can just use the bronzer and mix into your current foundation to get a little sun kiss. For blush, as I always say, is very personal. Some people like a little, some people like a lot. For this look, I think it's really pretty with a lot of blush. I mean, I think for most look, I think blush is really beautiful, so I always use a lot. But because I do it first, and then I do the eye and lips after, if it's too much, I can always go back and take some down. But right now, I just use quite a bit on the cheek. I think it's really fresh and beautiful. Maybe a little bit on the nose as well. For bronzer, this is also a personal preference. You don't have to put bronzer on top of this because Danny pre-tan already and you can see the same on yourself. If you don't want any more than that, you don't have to. I generally put mainly the outer part of face. This is the best way to keep your face more definition. It's the same idea as contouring, but we keep it very soft. You see that I just do mainly from the outer part, a little bit under the chin, and it helps to set all the bronzer you have earlier as well. For eyebrow, I'm going to use Micro Shade Brow Pencil from Huda Beauty. It's a very fine pencil like this, and you can use that to draw individual hair. The way of Danny eyebrow, you see that it's kind of going down. What I'm going to do, I'm going to cheat them a little bit, mainly from the outer part, to lift the eyebrow up. And I'm going to try to make it a bit more straighter eyebrow. I think it's going to really frame her face really well. And you can see the corner there. I'm going to fill that up. And again, this also just personal preference. I generally like eyebrow more straighter, less arch. But if you're the person who loves your eyebrow arch, you just draw the way you think you look best. You see, I just do a little bit, and then for the outer part, I draw it up a little bit. And then you push the brow back up. You just draw just one by one to create a shape. And as you can see, compared to the two, they both very similar to each other. This one just a little more enhanced because I don't want to change the eyebrow shape too much. I just want to enhance it. I'm going on the other side. And that's the shape of the eyebrow. because the look I'm going to do is pretty easy going. As you can see, I use cream blush, I use bronzer, but everything is very natural and easy to apply. For the eye part, I want to do the same. I'm going to use cream shadow from Rare Beauty, just one shade across the lid, and I also use a long wear brown color eye pencil from Chanel Beauty. As you can see, the shape of Danny eye is more rounded like this. So what I'm going to try to do, I would like to lift the corner up a little bit. To start this, what I'm going to do, look down for me. I want to rim the whole upper waterline with the pencil first. I will go all the way to the corner. Same way, all the way on the outer corner. And look down for me again. Next step I'm gonna do, I put the pencil mainly on the outer part of the upper lash line. You can see what I'm doing right now. Just that part. And using blending brush, blend it outward, upward. Try not to put any pencil on the inner part, on the lash line, just because it will make the eye look round again. This way, you're gonna help the eye look more lifted. Add a little more. And blend it out. As you can see, this side is now more lifted compared to the other side. So I'm gonna go into work on the other side. And that's the liner shape. What I would recommend is use the concealer brush you used earlier. You just tidy up the corner area and give the eye the little lip again. You take that little shadow out with some leftover concealer earlier, and then you just clean it up there. Just look up for me. Same thing on this side. If you want to go a little more further with this, I would use the same pencil, look up for me, and do quite feline on the corner there, and just do a thin coat on the lower waterline. Look straight for me. You can see that right now it does give the eye really nice feline shape and a little bit lifted. For eyeshadow, you can stop right here. You don't have to put eyeshadow on. I think it looks beautiful like this. You don't have to do it. But for those who still want to go further than this look, use a little bit of cream shadow. And the Rare Beauty cream shadow is quite pigmented, so you very little. Close your eye and just add some on the socket area. And blend it out. Straight. Look up for me. Whatever left here with no added color, you can do a little bit on the lower lash line as well. I would not recommend to do too much on the outer part, just a little bit on the center here. Look up again. Again, you can stop from here, but you can go a little more further and use the same pencil, just a little more on the outer part. Look straight for me this way, Annie. Look, your eye right here. Yeah, and then follow the shape a little more on the corner. Make them a little more feline. And then she look down and you just put up a little more in the corner here. That's it. And I see it's a little more shape. I'm doing the same on this side. Again, like I say, I give you many option, but you stop where you need to. Always curl the lashes, look down for me. I think it's gonna help the eyes a lot of lips when you curl the lashes before mascara. Even if you don't wear mascara, you should still curl your lashes. I'm going to use 2 coats of volume mascara from Chanel Beauty. Look up for me. I'm going to use 1 coat on the lower lashes, mainly from the inner part of the eye. I don't want to put too much from the outer part, because I think depending on the eye shape, sometimes too much mascara from the outer part will drag the eye down. To set the eyebrow, I'm going to use some clear brow gel from Charlotte Tilbury. For highlighter, I'm going to use the liquid highlighter from Rare Beauty. The shade I'm going to use called Mesmerize. A little bit here. I use the brush around the cheekbone area. Press your nose, a little bit everywhere. Just give the skin more radiance. I'm also going to use a little bit, close your eye, on the eyeball there. And this is just option, you don't have to. Maybe a little bit in the corner. For lips, I'm going to use this lip color from Tom Ford Beauty. It's the Ultra Shine lipstick. And this lip liner from NARS. To start, I line down the lips a little bit. And because the lip is very sheer and I'm trying to keep the lip almost natural, so I don't want overly lined at all. To complete the look, I'm going to spray Danny face with spray mist from Clo Recipe. That's the look, guys. That is my version for easy summer makeup look. I know it's a lot in the eye and everything, but I did give you guys the option of where to stop of each step. The eye too much, you can do just a little liner or mascara, or you can use a little eyeshadow. I give many different steps and you know when to stop. Danny really loves her makeup. I think she's really happy. I hope you enjoy the look as well and give us a lot of love. Subscribe to the channel and don't forget to follow both Danny and I on Instagram as well. Thank you so much for watching.